Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. I think a lot of Nikon DSLR users are suffering from some form of mass hysteria delusion. Oh my god, Nikon's coming out with a mirrorless camera. DSLRs are doomed. Mirrorless is the future. Well, Nikon is not going to be, the old adage is, I don't know if you've heard this adage before, pooping in your own bed, or as the saying goes, pooping where you eat. Nikon is not going to be murdering off their DSLR line. There's two important words that nobody seems to be using, and that's exactly what Nikon is doing, because people have been chirping at Nikon about it, and Nikon knows, even without people complaining to them. Two words: product diversification. I don't know if you could repeat those two words with me really quickly. Product diversification. Interestingly enough, it might be the case, may not be. Speculation, however, based upon the fact that the throat diameter apparently seems to be the same, which is 65 millimeters, as the throat diameter on current 645 medium format cameras. Same thing with a Fujifilm GF mount, which is medium format. There is already a new 100 megapixel version of the medium format, so it's very likely the case that Nikon will be killing two birds with one stone, as the saying goes. One mount to serve both a full frame and mirrorless, as well as medium format. And as you may or may not know, as an owner of hundreds of Nikon lenses, when you slap a DX lens on a full frame Nikon, it goes into DX crop mode, right? Well, obviously, and Nikon's been doing that now for ages, like since the Stone Age, Nikon's been doing that. It is no stretch of the imagination, given the enormous throat diameter, kind of like a fully dilated woman as the head is about to emerge, to imagine that Nikon would be doing the same thing and having one mount serve two different size sensors, full frame and medium format. That's logical speculation. It may not turn out to be the case, but product diversification, what Nikon is interested in. Nikon is coming out with their 500 millimeter 5.6 phase Fresnel lens, which is ungodly expensive. And I have the 300 millimeter f4 phase Fresnel, which the only reason you actually have the 300 millimeter f4, which I have, or that 500 millimeter 5.6, which is an enormously small beast but incredibly overpriced, is that it's extremely lightweight and it'd be the awesome tits for hardcore sports action wildlife. That's it. The image quality ain't so great out of those phase Fresnel lenses. That is an F-mount lens. Nikon ain't stopping, yeah, I'm using the word ain't stopping development on their F-mount lenses for their DSLRs. DSLRs ain't going anywhere anytime soon. If you think Nikon is gonna like do the American Psycho, what was that? What is the that Psycho movie where, you know, the guy, yeah, Norman Bates Psycho, you know, where he pulls back the shower curtain and, you know, sticks a knife in the back of their DSLR line? I see a lot of those comments, and that is delusional thinking. It's not going to happen. So, based upon that logical speculation, whether it's true or not, don't know. But Nikon will be able to serve both full frame and medium format. And if you stuck a full frame lens on there, Nikon's already said, what I've already said, is that they're going to they're developing an adapter. They have to be done with it already. Developing an adapter for using their F-mount lenses on the new Z-mount or whatever they give the designation to. Here's something else nobody seems to have acknowledged. Okay, Fujifilm has two mounts, right? They have their GF mount, medium format mount for the GFX and their future medium format cameras, and they have their X mount. So, and Fujifilm themselves will tell you that they are a small company. So far as their cameras go, it is no stretch of the imagination that a multi-billion-dollar company like Nikon, which only basically has one damn mount, you know, will now, you know, spread the doors wide of their own company to have two mounts. There's all these Nikon people that are like, oh my god, DSLRs are dead, Nikon's killing off their F mount. Like, no the hell they're not. You know, the small company of Fujifilm's got two mounts. What the hell makes you think that the billion-dollar corporate giant of Nikon cannot embrace two different mounts, an F mount and this new Z mount? What the hell is wrong with people? Everybody thinks, oh, there's a new mount. I saw these comments everywhere. What makes you think Nikon can't embrace two mounts? Fujifilm can do it. Much smaller company. You think Nikon can't do it? Nikon cannot do it? Hello, 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 hello. So there's a bunch of crazy talk. Chickens running around with their heads cut off, as the old country folk used to say. Nikon is not going to suicide off their DSLR or their F-mount. DSLRs ain't going nowhere. Nikon is still continuing to develop F-mount lenses. But they are definitely going to focus one eyeball towards developing. This is, once again, we get back to the start of this video. 2 words: product diversification. This is what Nikon's doing. This is what Nikon knows it needs to do to remain competitive. Nikon wants to steal away, you know, Sony/Fujifilm mirrorless customers in whatever way they possibly can. You know it, I know it. Let's be logical and reasonable here. 2 words: product diversification. DSLRs are going nowhere. Neither is F-mount. Okay. So everything I told you too about their adapter is accurate, because Nikon themselves, as of a few days ago, well actually a couple days ago, have said everything. So we're working on this adapter that will let you use all our current F-mount lenses, including old beasts like this old AIS lens, this 85mm 1.4, for use on their mirrorless camera. I mean, anybody that thought otherwise was delusional, but there has to be an adapter. Not just because it's a different throat diameter, but because there has to be a flange distance there. So that's it. That's the update. Just a couple points that I wanted to point out that people were being slightly psychotic about regarding Nikon. Thank you so much for watching, and Nikon!